You are back at English Learning Sphere, and today's story is one of the most important you will ever hear. It is about the battle that happens not outside you, but inside. Get comfortable, take a breath, and listen with full attention. Your brain is the most powerful tool in the world. It can solve problems, create ideas, and imagine futures that do not exist yet. But here is something nobody warns you about. That same brain can also destroy you from the inside without anyone else's help. It can build walls inside your own mind. It can convince you that you are not enough, that you will fail, and that the world is against you. And the worst part is, it can do all of this without a single person saying a word to you. You become your own biggest obstacle. This is the battle of overthinking, and almost every person you know is fighting it silently every single day. You sit down to start something, a project, a conversation, an idea, and before you even begin, your mind starts firing questions at you. What if it goes wrong? What if people laugh? What if I am not good enough? What if I waste my time and get nowhere? And just like that, the idea dies before it was ever born. Not because of the world, but because of you. You destroyed your own chance before the world even got to try. Think about how many times this has happened in your life. You wanted to raise your hand in class but stayed quiet. You wanted to apply for that job but never sent the email. You wanted to speak in English but switched back to your own language at the last second. You wanted to start that project, that business, that channel, but you decided to wait until you felt ready. And you are still waiting. You have been waiting for years. And the tragedy is not that you failed, it is that you never started. You were defeated before the battle began. Here is the brutal truth. Your mind is not protecting you when it says, "Be careful." It is not wisdom speaking. It is fear wearing the costume of wisdom. Real wisdom says, try it, learn from it, and grow. Fear says, do not try, you might get hurt. And fear is loud. It is very loud. It shouts at you in your own voice, so you trust it completely. You think it is you speaking, but it is only the weakest, most frightened version of you. That version does not deserve to make your decisions. There is a student named Arif. He wanted to speak English fluently more than anything in his life. He studied grammar, watched videos, memorized hundreds of words. But every time someone asked him to speak, he froze completely. His mind told him, you will make a mistake, they will judge you, you will sound stupid. So he stayed quiet. Months passed, years passed. His vocabulary grew bigger and bigger, but his spoken English went absolutely nowhere. He had all the knowledge and none of the courage. And without courage, knowledge is just a locked room with no key. One day, his teacher gave him one simple instruction. She said, for the next 7 days, speak English for 5 minutes every morning, alone in your room, to no one. Just talk. Say whatever comes to your mind. Arif thought it was silly, but he tried it anyway. The first day was terrible. The second was awkward and painful. The third was slightly less terrible. By the 5th day, something small but real started to change inside him. He noticed the voice in his head, the one that always said, you cannot do this, was getting a little quieter. Not because he had become perfect, not because his grammar was suddenly flawless, but because action silences fear. Every time he spoke, even badly, even alone, in a room with no one listening, he was sending a message to his own mind, I am not afraid of you anymore. and slowly, the mind began to believe it. By the end of 30 days, Arif was speaking in front of real people. Not perfectly. His mistakes were still there. But he was speaking, and he was proud, and the fear that once controlled him had lost its power over him. This is what most people never understand. You cannot think your way out of overthinking. You have to act your way out. The only cure for a fearful mind is consistent, brave, imperfect action taken again and again until the fear forgets its own name. You do not need to feel ready. You do not need to feel confident. You just need to move, and the feelings will follow. Your brain follows evidence, and every single action you take is evidence that you are more capable than the fear told you to believe. So the next time your mind says wait, ask yourself, wait for what, exactly? Wait until fear disappears. It will not. Wait until conditions are perfect. They will never be. Wait until someone gives you permission. Nobody is coming with that permission. The only moment you will ever have is right now. Your brain is either your greatest weapon or your worst prison, and the difference is simply who is in charge. You or the fear. You or the doubt. You or the version of yourself that gave up before it began. Train your mind like you train a body. Start small. Do the uncomfortable thing every single day. Make a decision and stick to it, even when the noise inside gets louder than anything outside. Because a disciplined mind is not something you are born with, it is something you build. Built through repetition, through failure, through mornings when you did not want to get up, but you did it anyway. Through moments when you spoke, even though your voice was shaking. Build that mind every day, and it will build the life you deserve. Appreciate for listening on English Learning Sphere. This story was made for you, so comment below and tell us what you felt. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Your next story is already waiting for you.